Today we are going to be talking about matter. Before we get started, I want to ask you a question. What do trees, air, and water all have in common? Take just a minute to think about that. Can you find the relationship between those three items? What do trees, air, and water all have in common? They are all examples of matter. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Mass is an important vocabulary word that we'll come back to in just a few minutes. Everything on Earth can be grouped into three states of matter: solid, liquid, or gas. Okay, so here are a few vocabulary words that you're going to have to know to make sure you understand the states of matter. The first word is atoms. Say that word. Atoms are tiny particles that all matter are made of. So no matter what object you have, if you were to be able to zoom in super close, you would see that whatever the object is, that it's made up of these tiny little blocks called atoms. Atoms are so tiny that you cannot see them with your human eye. The next word you should know is state. Say that word. State is the condition of matter with respect to structure or form. So we call it the states of matter. So based on its properties and attributes, we can determine what state it is. Is it a solid, a liquid, or a gas? Property. Say that word. Property is an essential or distinctive attribute or quality of a thing. So basically, a property is what makes a solid, what makes a liquid, and what makes a gas a gas. So think about all the objects around you. You're probably at home. Maybe you're sitting in your bedroom. You might have a stuffed animal beside of you, or you might have your pillow, or you're sitting on your bed. I'm sitting at my kitchen table right now, and I have my phone and my computer. I have a puzzle. I see lots of objects around me. So today we're going to learn how to figure out if those objects are solids, liquids, or gases. And we're going to be able to explain why it's a solid, why it's a liquid, or why it's a gas. Okay, so we know solids, liquids, and gases. We know what they are. We can find examples in real life. But the learning part today is going to come in by being able to explain why it's a solid, a liquid, or a gas. One word that you have to know is mass. Mass is the amount of matter an object has. Volume. Volume is the amount of space that matter takes up. Those are two very important words, and I'll post a Study Jams video that you can watch that will hopefully help you understand the difference in those two words a little bit more. Solids are easy to recognize. They have definite mass, shape, and volume. That means that a solid, for example, the tree in the picture, it's going to have the exact same mass. It's not going to change. Its shape is not going to change, and its volume is not going to change. Definite means it's going to stay the same. The atoms of solids are packed closely together. The atoms hold the solid in a definite shape that does not change. Pencils are solid, so is pizza. So look at the picture of the colored pencils. If I were to break one of those pencils in half, the atoms are still going to be really close together, and it's going to be a solid object. When I break that pencil, the atoms don't move around, so it has a definite shape. Liquids do not have a definite shape, but they have definite mass and volume. So water in this form is liquid. Atoms of liquids are also close together, but these atoms can move around. Liquids can change shape by flowing. Maple syrup is a liquid, so is oil. So liquids do not have a definite shape. They have a definite volume and a definite mass. So the volume and mass are not going to change, but the liquid shape can change. For example, look at the syrup in the jar. Whenever the liquid or the syrup is inside the jar, it's the same shape as the jar. But when we pour it onto the pancake, the shape of the liquid is different. It's kind of just a blob all spilled out. So the shape of liquids change depending on what's holding them. Liquids take the shapes of their containers. This is why the same amount of milk can look different when poured into a tall glass or spilled on the kitchen floor, just like the pancake syrup example. Inside the container, it's the same shape as the container, but when you spill it out or you pour it, it's going to be a completely different shape. And the last state of matter is gas. Gases do not have definite shape and volume. The air around us is an example of gas. Gases also take the shape of their containers. If a gas is not in a container, it will spread out indefinitely. The atoms in a gas are spaced farther apart than in a liquid or a solid. The air inside a ball is a gas. Look at the ball. We know that inside that ball, it's filled up of air. The air is a gas. The gas is the same shape as the ball. But what would happen if we popped the ball and all the air went out? What would the shape of the air, what would the shape of the gas be then? It could change, right? It would just kind of float out into space and go wherever it needed to go. It wouldn't have a shape anymore. So that just proves to us that gases do not have a definite shape. The same would go for the helium in the balloon. Right now, the helium or the gas is, I think that's heart-shaped. But if we were to pop that balloon, the gas would just kind of go everywhere. It wouldn't have a shape anymore. All right, so let's review your learning. True or false? The three basic properties of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. Is that true or false? If you said false, you are correct. True or false? All matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms. True. True or false? Solids have definite shape and volume. True. True or false? Liquids do not have a definite shape, but have a definite volume. True. True or false? Gases do not have definite shape, mass, or volume. The answer is true. True or false? A chair and an ice cube are examples of solids. True. True or false? Milk and helium are examples of liquids. False. Remember, helium is an example of a gas. True or false? Oxygen and carbon dioxide are examples of gases. If you said true, you are correct. All right, so your job this time is to decide if each picture is a solid, a liquid, or a gas. So the steam from a kettle is a gas. Icicles are a solid. Orange juice is a liquid. Smoke from a factory is a gas. A snowman is a solid. Carbon dioxide is a gas. Ink is an example of a liquid. A piece of cake is an example of a solid. So, now you know the three states of matter. You know that gases have no definite shape. You know that liquids can take the shape of their containers, and that solids are always going to be the same shape.